Here we are in 4-year-old tagasaste plantation, around 26 hectares, and Bob Hendry's managing this, and we've already been able to hear and see a migratory insect-eating bird that displays, gets so excited and produces these aerial displays. It's called the rufous songlark, birds that have arrived from the north a few weeks ago, and by the end of summer, that is autumn, they'll go back north and inland too if the conditions are right. So songlarks are a bird that you would, on open country, you would expect to find around the edges here, but these birds are right in the tag, right on the top of the tag, so presumably also there's some insect food source here for them, but it's how the tag's managed too for a lot of smaller birds. So on other tag sites I've worked on, there's nest sites available in the older tag, what we call the mohawk, or the top sections are very dense and thick, good refuge, in addition to insects and nesting areas. Okay, we're standing here on a little rise above part of the tagasaste plantation we were in earlier, and already we've recorded quite a few birds using the dense foliage. Silvereye have been moving through foraging and possibly even nesting, given their response to some squeaking, and also in there on the edges, the use of these trees, grey butcherbird, the rufous songlarks are using the top of the tagasaste as lookouts and calling points, and then isolated trees scattered around in this plantation are also important lookouts and calling points for these birds. I went very close to a little button quail that I thought could have been nesting in one of the rows between the tag. So that's the value of the amount of ground cover. Almost a metre tall blue lupin in parts, and rye and various other plants that are actually providing a very dense ground cover, protective ground cover for birds like the button quail, as well as a seed resource. However, one of the things we really wanted to point out here was that in looking across this plantation, it's quite diverse in terms of the different types of vegetation. Here we've got isolated remnant trees from a time before this was cleared that have been left here or have regrown. We've got Noitsia, or Christmas tree over there. We've got Banksia attenuata, and then of course these blackbutts, these beautiful blackbutts just to our right here. And these trees function as an important, for some birds, such as the yellow rump thornbill over here to our left, function as an important type of stepping stone or foraging habitat, but also stop-off points, ways in which they can jump across or move across an otherwise fairly cleared landscape from more continuous vegetation over and down that hill and more tagasaste through to the remnant, the woodland, Banksia woodland, shrubland remnants over behind us here. So the value of these isolated paddock trees, if you like, retained within the plantation, is that we've found that bird species diversity is higher, and they function as a kind of a fragmented corridor, but particularly as stepping stones moving through this landscape.